Taylor Thomas has got a great leg.
He does.
Very strong from Bridgeport High School. Not Bridgeport, Ohio.
Yeah.
Bridgeport, West Virginia.
So West Virginia will be getting the ball to start the second half. They'll be left to right on your TV screen in the third quarter. And we're just moments away for kickoff. And we'll be getting back to the action shortly. And Mike's been impressive first half of football, and we'll have to see what they can do to top that first half. And West Virginia, if you're Coach Burnside, you go in it, you got that big lead at the halftime, you get the ball to start the second half. What are you telling your guys?
You know, basically he's going to tell his youngsters the same thing. Keep playing hard like you have been, and he'll probably, I would say, go to more of a ground game, trying to run the clock himself, you know, to preserve this win for him. And no, it's been a good game, fun game. It's for a great cause.
Ohio now getting ready to kick the ball away. Lining up.
You might look for an onside kick.
I was just thinking about that.
They might try that.
But they will boot the ball away.
They kicked it away.
Pulled in at about the 20-yard line by Team West Virginia, and that's that exciting Jalen Hall. And he's trying to make something happen this time. Ohio swarms him under, and they will keep him from breaking. They contain him and keep him from making a big play. And there were 3 players in for Team Ohio on that, including Mason Abbots from Bridgeport, Ohio.
128, Terry Price was in on that from Monroe Central.
Yeah. So a good job of containment by special teams. And so West Virginia will start the ball 1st and 10 from the 23-yard lines. Running down the starting offense for West Virginia, Trenton Huffman's at quarterback, Deshaun Webster and Skylar Delk are running backs, Joey Ramsey, Seth Richards, and Gabe Stewart are the receivers. 1st and 10. And it is a handoff. And the interior part of the defensive line just stuffs it for Team Ohio. And that was Deshaun Webster, the Mountain State's leading rusher, getting a little gain, but very well done.
I'm looking over at the sidelines, Jim, and it's about a half a yard gain.
Guys up front for West Virginia, Logan McCartney, Michael Van Mater, Dalton Vion, Kember Longwell, and Charles Ibison. We'll run down the Ohio defense here shortly. Huffman under center with the pitch out.
Sweep. Nice
Deshaun Webster, nice cut, and he'll spin forward. He gets more yards than he probably should have, but that's a great effort there.
Great vision again. He made a nice cutback against the grain, and so he picked up 9 yards on that.
The guys up front for Ohio are Joe Radizek, Caleb Riggs, Marshall Beer, Robbie Nixon. Linebackers Jared Trenner, Zayden Huck, Braden Roth. Defensive backs Brady Lolithan, Dante Henderson, Connor Imboden, and Terry Price. Okay, 3rd and 1.
Quarterback sneak.
And he does, I don't know. We'll have to see. We haven't had a measurement yet this game.
This one's going to be close.
Ohio says they stopped them short. Let's see what the officials say.
They are short because of where he spotted the ball.
And I think they're going to bring the chains in, take a look.
I'd say they're short. My looking at it right now looks like they're short by about the nose of the football.
We will see. Mike has eagle eyes up here in the press box.
Since I had my cataracts removed, it makes it a lot easier.
Okay, they stretched the chains. And it is a first down.
My gosh, right on it.
Larry McCloy.
That was close.
Signals first down, so West Virginia moves the chains, and they got the lead, and they want to run some clock here and put some more points on the scoreboard here.
Does that mean that I have to go back and have my cataract surgery done over? But I said about the nose of the football.
Yeah.
It was good by the nose of the football.
And the I formation.
Counter.
Handoff goes to Skylar Delk, the senior. Well, they're all seniors, but he's a 6 foot, 180-pound running back from Rome County. He's a graduated senior, I should say. Yeah, they picked up, it was a 5-yard gain there, 2nd and 5. We see Evan with the Ohio Spirit can there, giving us a taste of what's going on the Buckeyes State side, which faces towards the Ohio River. Okay, quick handoff.
Isolation.
And that's once again to Deshaun Webster.
First down.
First down yardage and more. He gets close to midfield. He'll be about the 47-yard line.
This drive started on the West Virginia 24-yard line. They're almost to midfield.
West Virginia back in the huddle. The clock is their friend. They will take all the time they want and need and desire. Once again, the I formation. Deshaun Webster kicking that outside, across the 50. Deshaun Webster across the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
Nice stiff arm that allowed him to get about an additional 8 to 10 yards.
And we'll take a look at the moon there, where it's from Spirit Cam, a full moon over the Mid-Ohio Valley. And
you know, we normally in regular season games here at St. Mary's, we see people up on that hillside up there with a campfire, probably roasting hot dogs while we're sitting in here working.
They're all at the beach.
Yeah.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Team West Virginia moving the ball nicely here to start the second half.
Counter.
The handoff goes to Logan Hartshorn for Parkersburg High.
Gang tackle. Nice job by the Ohio defense there.
Lost about a yard on that play.
They stayed at home, you know, because that was a counter.
Jacob Reifsteck on the camera there in our camera booth adjacent to us. Some happy faces along the sideline. Good crowd tonight.
Nice
showing
crowd.
Their support for the BACF. Tickets are only $5. It's great entertainment. And
much bigger crowd than we had last year.
That's thanks to the hard work of the committee and the coaches and the players getting their family and friends to come out. And we've got a little mix up there.
I think.
Yeah, he didn't like what he saw, maybe the wrong formation for the play called or the wrong personnel. So that's timeout number 1 for West Virginia.
We only had one timeout in the first half also.
Yeah, just the others were official timeouts. Yeah. And just waiting to see if West Virginia gets a spark here. Let's look inside the huddle, the Ohio huddle with Evan Lasik over there.
It's going to be 2nd down and almost 11, Jim.
And we've got Rick Marshall looking in on the West Virginia huddle. He's on the right side of the screen. At one point here, the West Virginia's been running the ball. Do you think they'll pull back and
throw it?
Go for the downs?
No, I don't think so on this down. I think he probably only throw it on the obvious downs because, like I said, he's going to control this game, you know, and try to run the clock because he's got a big lead, and there's no sense to get wild and then maybe allow them to get back in the game.
We shall see. 2nd and 11. Huffman under center. Fakes a handoff. Rolls it. Pitches. Oh, great defense there by Ohio's defense. And that was, I believe, Brody Lillithan breaking it up. He's a 5'10", 180-pounder from River High School.
Nice job there defending it. If he picks that off, it may go the other way for a touchdown. That was what I was saying just a little bit ago, Jim, is you got to be careful that you don't give them a chance to get back in the ball game.
Yeah, Skylar Duck was the intended receiver for West Virginia on that one. So now it's definitely a passing yard, and they've got 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the top of the screen. And from the shotgun formation, Huffman to the air. We got a flag play and it's picked off.
That's what we're talking about.
By Ohio, and he's down the field. And Brody Lillithan makes the first takeaway of the game for Team Ohio. And I believe we had a flag on the play. I thought I saw a yellow laundry down there.
It might have been interference.
Play.
Well, that's going to be refused. Jim, that's what we were talking about a couple of minutes ago, is you got to be careful you don't give them a chance to get back up off the ground, so to speak.
Yeah, I think Lawton was just sitting on that. He was reading the quarterback size, and he went for it. So Ohio maybe gets the spark that they need to spark a comeback here, being down 24-7 here in the third quarter. 7:52 mark to go in the game. They're out of the ball 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Jacob Panelidis is leading the offense. Panelidis rolling. Has a receiver, but he's going to take it, and he'll get bumped out of bounds, maybe a yard shy, or for a yard loss. Resetting the offense for Ohio. Jacob Panelidis, a quarterback. Zayden Huck is a running back. Braden Lawton, wide receiver, along with River Thompson and Connor Imboden. Joe Radizak, that is the tight end. The guys up front: Hayden Soprano, Braylon Kinder, Lucas Little, Ross Wells, and Josiah Jones.
51, Adam Age with that time forced him out of bounds.
2nd and 11 from the 36. Handoff goes to Brody Lawton. And Lawton gets a couple, maybe 3. And
good gang tackling.
Going to bring up 3rd and long. Mike, for your Ohio, this is 4-down territory for you?
Absolutely.
So they can get a medium pickup here, set up a 4th down, a manageable 4th down effort. Ohio breaks the huddle. Panelidis slinging one out into the flat and incomplete. River Thompson was his intended receiver, but the ball bounced to him. So that'll bring up 4th and 8 here.
I tell you, West Virginia is coming with a lot of pressure. This might be a good place for a middle screen.
Ohio's going to take their first time out, talk this one over. It's an important down here, and it could be an important series for them as they try to get right back into this ball game.
Yeah, and you got a 4th and a long 8, and like I said just a few seconds ago, I personally think that a middle screen would work because West Virginia's been coming with everybody.
And we'll see how it all plays out. We see Coach Flannery from the Spirit Cam. We see Coach Burnside from along the sidelines and his coaching staff. As Coach said, they've only had 4 practices together and able to put together a pretty good game plan and pretty good effort.
You know, it's nice being a coach of an all-star team. I had the good fortune of coaching in 2 of them, and you get to know those players. And down through the years, some of them have come up to me and commented about their playing in there, and you get to know those youngsters, and they become lifetime friends.
Okay, here we go, 4th down. Slinging the pass is caught. And he may go. River Thompson all the way down to the 5-yard line. He just skied high.
And I'll tell you, Panelidis put it up where only he could get it.
Nice throw and a great catch. West Virginia defender skied high, trying to break up the play, Parker Kinsell, but River Thompson has a great leaping ability, and he was able to get that ball. Panelidis with the handoff to Brody Lawton.
He picks up about 4.
Yep. So in the red zone, And in the end zone, we see the moon and we see the spirit cam. West Virginia has a player trying to get off the field. I don't think he made it. Once again, they hand off to Lolithan.
He stopped at the 1.
He's stuffed. So that'll bring up 3rd and short. Right up to the line, Hurdley now. It's Pandelides talking to Lolithan.
Nice
Pandelides, quarterback keeper. Did he get in? I think he did.
I thought he was in.
It is a touchdown. He just slanted it. So that was Jacob Pandelides from about the 1-yard line for the touchdown. The lead is back. Has been cut into. It's now 24-13 pending the extra point by Team Ohio. And they needed to get a score. They needed to get a stop defensively. They did that with the interception. And they needed to get a score, and they did that with the 1-yard touchdown run by Pandelides. And Zayden Huck is in on to kick the extra point for Team Ohio. A little bit of confusion where to go. On the special teams, the kick is down and up, and no good. 24-13. And Evan Lasik, Evan, our sideline reporter on the Ohio side. Evan, can you hear me? Do you have something for me? I just noticed.
Oh, I've got you right now. They are going into a huddle right now, and I will get one of these players outside of the huddle. I see Jacob over there. Let me grab him real quick. Jacob, what'd you see on this drive?
It was more of my running backs. They told me just keep it because they knew we were handing it off, so I just kept it. Found the gap and scored.
Now that crucial 4th and 9, tossing it up. What'd you see? Did you like that throw, or was it just like, all right, we got this?
Well, I got hit as I threw it. I knew we were going to him. Coach called it, so I just gave him a chance. Tall guy, he can make the catch if he did. So.
All right, thank you very much, Jacob. All right, that is going to be all. As you can see, Jacob saying a lot on the running backs. That was Brody that started off with that interception.
Yep, big play.
Keeps West Virginia off the board. Huge play, Jim. And now they were able to capitalize. Let me see if I can grab Brody real quick. Brody, you mind if I grab you real quick? All right, man. What'd you see on that interception? Really helped you guys out. Keeps West Virginia off the board. You're able to go capitalize.
They ran that same play before. He just took 2 steps on it pretty nicely.
Now you guys really bounced back here, getting points on the board. Where does it go from here?
Yeah, that really helped get them points right there. We just got to get a couple more stops on defense and score a couple more touchdowns.
All right. Thank you very much. Keep going. All right, Jim, that is going to be all I got down from the Ohio side. They are really focused right now. They are hoping they can keep adding on, but that's going to be all I got now. I'll send it back up to you guys.
Thanks, Brody and Jacob, 2 pretty good players and 2 humble players. And now on the kickoff, Jalen Hall takes it down the far sidelines, cuts back across midfield all the way down to the 36-yard line.
That was Mason Abbott's from Bridgeport, Ohio.
Flags on the play, no flags on the play, so he pulled it in at about the 15, 16-yard line.
If he doesn't make his tackle, Jim, Jalen's going to score.
Jalen Hall takes it down the far side.
Right there, number 1.
He's been electric with 2, actually now 3 great, 2 great punt returns and now a great kickoff return. So he's an exciting player.
Absolutely.
And so West Virginia trying to answer a touchdown with a touchdown in a hurry. Huffing back in at quarterback.
Nice keeper.
No, I checked that. That is Nick Keller in at quarterback from Lincoln. Quite a size differential between 6 foot and 5'8", but Keller's in there, and he gets some nice spark. So that's a good pickup on first down all the way down to about the 25-yard line.
Missing that extra point could be big here at the end of this ball game, Jim.
It's a 9-point differential. Keller
nice cut.
Cuts it back. We've got a flag on the play.
It's going to be a hold.
Keller's brought down at about the 18 or 19-yard line. in on the tackle for Ohio. It's 2 or 3 players. We'll see what Larry McCloy says.
Yeah.
You called it, Mike. That'll back them up 10 yards.
That gives me an opportunity to talk about a new rule change this year. It didn't occur here, but the new rule change is any foul behind the line of scrimmage will be assessed at the previous spot, whereas it used to be from the spot of the foul. And actually, they want to do that to kind of even out the offense and the defense.
We'll be going down to Rick Marshall along the sideline. Rick will have a West Virginia player who's been an impact player in this ball game coming up shortly. But we'll see what happens here. It's backed up, and it's 1st and 20 now. The ball's at the 35-yard line. In at quarterback is Carson Schreiber. Clay Patel, he took the snap. And Schreiber is a 6', 180-pound senior from Clay Patel.
Graduated senior.
Graduated senior, yeah. And his parents were proud of him. So pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd and long, 19 yards to go here. Offensive penalties hurt you, and West Virginia had to march it back 10 yards on that first down play.
You stole my line there.
Yeah. Thought I heard it somewhere before.
Yeah. Bootleg. He's going to keep it.
Keller down the left corner. Keller cutting it up across the 20 to
Nice
the
run.
18-yard line. And that'll be close to first down yardage. That'll make 3rd down a lot easier.
Let me tell you something. On that bootleg like that, you know, a lot of coaches will have a run first, pass second option. That is, if they back up to cover and leave an opening, you go ahead and tuck it as a quarterback.
3rd down and a manageable 4 yards. And, of course, West Virginia's got a good kicker. They kicked the field goal already from about the same distance, which would be about 37 yards. Oh, they stuffed that run up the middle. Coach Flannery talked about the good play from the interior part of his line, and Jared Trenner from Shenandoah High School made the play there.
And also Terry Price was in on it from Monroe Central.
So getting great play from the interior part of both his offensive and defensive lines. That said, has been his strong suit. And once again, we got Taylor Thomas coming out to attempt a field goal here. And he's lined up. It'll be about a 37-yard field goal.
37 yards.
High snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is solidly good. Referees both nod their heads in agreement. So West Virginia answers Ohio's touchdown with a field goal at the 2:16 mark. Taylor Thomas boots it through, and the score now is 27-13 here in the 3rd quarter. So once again, that play, that scoring drive for West Virginia was sparked by Jalen Hall with that outstanding kick return for West Virginia. You're watching the Battle Against Cystic Fibrosis All-Star Football Classic right here on the Valley's Me TV come to you live, and there will be a taped replay of the game coming up tonight on Fox Parkersburg at 11:30. So maybe the players can get home and watch themselves on TV. Unless, of course, they're traveling to Mountain View. It'll be a while before they get home. Ohio pulls in the kick inside the 20. And that is
there was a flag thrown.
Pantelides took the kickoff return there.
There was something, a hit around the head. I'm not sure whether he grabbed the face mask or helmet-to-helmet contact.
We've got some toddlers. We got toddler cam going. We've got a toddler in the foreground and one in the background. We've got a face mask. Says the ball will be assessed at the end of the run. They'll march him 15 yards. So Ohio will have good field position. They scored on their last possession, and 2:09 mark. They trying to march it down the field and get it back. Panelides once again in at quarterback. He scored on a quarterback keeper there earlier in the quarter. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass,
nice.
And he pitches it out into the flat, but
they couldn't control it.
Ball was being juggled by Lolithan, and the West Virginia defender tried to get in his way, and he did, and that was Braden Whipke getting his hand in there, and they were both batting at the loose ball.
You know, Ohio's only down 2 scores, so they still need to be patient. You know, don't try to rush things.
And Coach said they want to go with their running game, their running game or short passing game, to get themselves back into this ball game. Panelides calling his own number, cutting his way.
Nice cut.
Good cut back across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And that'll bring up about 3 yards for a first down. That'll bring up 4th and 3, I believe. Or 3rd and 3, excuse me. Panelides has his team up to the line. Handoff up the middle.
First down.
And that does pick up the first down yardage. Good run for Ohio. They just followed the interior part of their offensive line. The big guys up front like the block, and it was led by the center there. Hurry up offense now for Ohio.
Nice cut.
Kicks it off to Lolithan, and he gets knocked down at about the 41-yard line. Nice play there by West Virginia's defensive. That was Hunter Brown from Ripley in on the tackle there. He's 5'10", 175-pounder, former Viking. So that'll be a loss of 1. Into the final minute here of the 3rd quarter. Panelides with the handoff up the middle. Nice running room there for Braden Roth from Bel Air.
Nice shallow cut. When he hit the line of scrimmage, there wasn't anything there. He took a shallow cut to the right and then took off down the field.
And let's go down to sideline with Rick. Well, we'll get to Rick here shortly.
Hey. Got 4 yards, 3rd and 4, Jim.
Big play here for Ohio. Panelides has pressure. Panelides will be dragged down. The interior part of that West Virginia defense came up, and West Virginia, great tackle there by the Mountaineers. That was Demetrius Gearhart from Parkersburg South, the 265-pounder, got the job done. The 2 or 3 Mountaineer defensive players were in on that, but Gearhart gets the credit.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Austin Bartlett, number 6 from Ritchie County, was the one that really slowed him up.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. And the end of the 3rd quarter, the BACF Football Classic is West Virginia on top, 27-13. We'll be back with 4th quarter action after this.
Panelides out of pressure. Panelides will be great.
The Battle Against Tick Fibrosis Classic, sponsored by Community Bank. Ohio faces a 4th down and 4 situation. Need a first down here as they try to battle into this deficit in the final 12 minutes. Panelides looking to pass. He's feeling pressure. He'll throw it long. And it is caught at the 20-yard line, and it's pulled in by Lolithan, I believe. And he takes it in for the touchdown. No, that wasn't Lolithan. Check that. It was brought in by Connor Imboden from Meigs County all the way for the touchdown, 55-yard touchdown on 4th and 4. So a great play for Team Ohio. And let's go down to Rick along the sidelines. Rick, what do you have for us?
Hey, Jim and Mike, I'm down here with Mr. Thomas, the kicker from Bridgeport. How did you learn to start kicking, and what kind of success has it led as you've continued your high school career?
So I learned when I was young. I was a soccer player, and then my mom used to help me kick outside. knowing how to do that, it's really helped throughout high school because you don't see many kickers.
Tell me what you like most about being the kicker for the team.
Getting to know everybody. I mean, other than the fact it's kind of boring at some points, being away, but coming in, kicking, everybody gets hyped.
Well, you've obviously done a very good job tonight, a 37-yard field goal. I think 2 of those to be exact. So let's, what's as far as you can go?
I made 50 the other night at Doddridge, cleared it pretty good.
Well, there you go, guys. If he can put 50 yards on, if this game comes down to the end, we can count on him to bring it home.
Connor and Bowden with the touchdown. Thank you, Rick. Connor and Bowden electrifies the crowd there with that touchdown, and Ohio's now missed the extra point. They are down 27-19. It's an 8-point game, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but an electrifying throw by Panelides. He just aired it out, and Bowden pulled it in, did his job on the other end. I think 55 yards for the touchdown. So Ohio's not giving this one up without a fight. They've got a 4-game winning streak in this series, and they would love to get number 5. And we'll see if Evan can get us a word with Connor and Bowden here. And let's see, the Ohio is going, actually, I think they're going for the 2-point conversion right here. It's a pitch out.
Toss sweep.
Oh, it's a fake play, a trick play, but he came up short. He had a man open in the end zone, but Trenton Huffman was the man in the end zone. It was a pitch out to and a toss, but it was no good. So let's go down to Evan with an electrifying play by Connor and Bowden. Evan.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I am down here with Connor. Connor, how was that catch? That was a game-changing catch right there.
He was supposed to leave me more down the sideline, but he underthrew it, which gave me enough time to get the corner and keep running past me and make the adjustment.
No, that big catch, there was a big adjustment. You had a guy draped on you, making that catch and then being able to score the touchdown. How do you feel right now?
It feels great. Hopefully we can make good play calls like that and come back and win.
Now a lot of time left. What are we hoping to do on defense right here?
Get a stop, a quick stop, so we can run out the clock.
All right. Thank you very much, Connor. I'll let you get back to it. We got a lot of time left in the fourth quarter. They are down just 1 score now as West Virginia leads 27-19. It's going to be a lot of fun. If Connor keeps making plays like that, this one is going to come down to the wire. But that's all I got for you guys. I'll send it back up to you.
Thanks, Evan. Great job. Good interview there with a playmaker in this ball game. 11:48 to go in the ball game. An electrifying start to the fourth quarter, and Ohio will kick it off here. And defense looking to make a stop. West Virginia, Mike, at this point, they've seen a double-digit lead evaporate, and now there's 11:48. What's going to be their mindset here in the final quarter?
They cannot get too conservative. They're going to have to try to make first downs.
And the kickoff is brought over the 30 to about the 34-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mountain State.
Right now,
from there,
the momentum has shifted from West Virginia to Ohio, and we have a 1-score difference. And you got to hand it to Ohio, Jim. They have stayed the course. They could have panicked in the second half and just let this one get out of hand, but they haven't.
Trenton Huffman in at quarterback once again. The Doddridge County slinger there trying to get his team back into the end zone. It's a direct snap to Deshaun Webster, who's already scored twice in this ball game. And he has a nice little gait there, and he hurdles across the 40 to about the 45-yard line. So that's
He's a
pickup.
good running back,
That's a
Jim.
pickup of close to first down yardage. And it is first down. They'll move the chains. So West Virginia go to that ground game, burn some clock, and ground out some yardage and try to put points on the board. And as I said, they don't have to get into the end zone. If you got a kicker like Taylor Thomas, you get him close, and he'll add to that lead and make it a 2-possession game for Ohio.
Watson again.
Watson, it doesn't look like he's running hard, but he runs smooth, and he has the great moves, and he's across midfield and across the 40. So that's about a 16 yards, about a 17, 18-yard pickup on that play on first down.
Jim, he's 6'1", 210. That's a load.
Mm-hmm.
He's got good quickness.
Deshaun Wobster, from Philip Barber. I think they're the Colts of Philip Barber, aren't they?
Yes. Same play.
And same
He's got
result.
the sideline.
He's got the sideline. He gets scooted out of bounds. We were talking about Taylor Thomas, the kicker, and Rick Marshall informs me that former Big Red and West Virginia kicker Matt McCullough helped Thomas with his kicking styles.
Yes.
And help him making the success that he is. So thanks for that information, Rick. And we see Coach Burnside sending in the play. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. The ground game's been very successful, running out of that I formation. He's got Huffman has 2 receivers up top, and he'll throw it to the slot receiver, and he drops it. Incomplete. And the intended receiver was Seth Richards.
I tell you what, Jim, if he'd faked to him and hit the wide out that ran a shallow post, he was wide open.
So to bring up 2nd and 10. I think we'll go back to the running game here, especially with how well that Deshaun Webster's been running. Oh, Webster takes a direct snap.
But there's nobody there.
He fights through one would-be tackler and got about 2 or 3 more yards than he should have.
Well, it was really funny because he was out there with nobody but red shirts around him.
Field goal unit getting ready to be called upon, getting ready if needed. 3rd down, 7. Huffman looking to the sideline. See what the play clock is. Down to 7, 6, 5. Huffman over the middle, incomplete, nobody there.
That could have been picked off.
So Taylor Thomas, I believe, will be brought out to connect his 3rd field goal of this game. Yes, he's coming onto the field. And more important that his field goal makes it a 2-possession score. I mean, Ohio could score a touchdown and 2-point conversion, but they will still have to score again.
37 yards.
That'd be 11 points down. So 37 yards, well within his range. He kicked a 50-yard, or he said last week in practice, and he's hit a couple 36 and 37 yarders. This one is
short,
just short. So that's a ray of light for the Ohio All-Stars. They're now just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away, and still plenty of time in this ball game. 10:38 to go. And Mike, I'm trying to think of rules for All-Star games. Do they have overtime?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they did.
No.
So Ohio will have the ball at the 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Or 21, they take it from where the line of scrimmage was. Low snap, Panelitis in trouble, but he gets out of it, breaks a couple of tackles up the middle across the 25 to the 26-yard line, and he took a pop there from West Virginia. And that was a good hit by Tyler Curry from North Marion, 6'1", 210 pounds. He loaded up and delivered it on Panelitis. Be 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Panelitis with the handoff, nothing there.
Nothing.
Did good to hold on to the football.
That tackle was made by number 11, Harbor Hot from Williamstown.
Braden Roth, the ball carrier there. Bring up 3rd down. We follow the Spirit cam up to the line of scrimmage from the Ohio perspective of the field. We've got 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 2 up top. Panelides looking left, looking right. He's going to take off. No, he's going to sling it over, and it's intercepted.
No,
it's dropped. Incomplete.
He was awful close to being over the line of scrimmage when he threw that.
Yeah, that was for West Virginia. Nearly with the interception was Xavier Robinson from Parkersburg High. The Big Red trying to make a play there in this one. That'll bring up 4th down. I would think they would probably kick the ball away with 9:10 to go.
Absolutely, with 9:10,
yep.
You don't want to give them a short field because you're only 1 score down, Jim.
Yep, and of course we know who's back all the way for West Virginia.
Kicking away from him.
Jalen Hall back at the 40-yard line. He's already electrified the crowd with a
couple of runs, big runs.
A couple big punt returns and a big kickoff return. I think we had an equipment issue with the 1 player for Ohio, but now we're back and good to go. Rolling to his right, booting the ball away. The ball will bounce at the 46,
nice
and they'll
kick.
let it bounce.
That's a good kick.
Yeah, it'd be 1st and 10 for Ohio for West Virginia, that is, from the 37-yard line. Glad you're with us on this 28th edition of the Battle Against Cystic Fibrosis football game, coming to you live from St. Mary's Bill Hanlon Field. The fans have seen a good one. It looked like it was going to get a blowout at halftime, but
it's turned into a real good football game.
Good game. Could go right down to the wire. West Virginia with the pass to Ramsey. Ramsey tries to spin away from a would-be tackler. He picks up about 4 or 5 yards, 4 yards it's called on 1st down. Ramsey, this is his home field, playing one last game, and it's got to be something special for the St. Mary's kids to play your last game on the high school level on your home field. A lot of players don't get to do that,
no.
Especially if you go on to the playoffs.
It's a beautiful evening, Jim, for a football game. As we look out of the press box, you can see the full moon up there, real bright and big.
Huffman with the pitch.
Oh,
nothing there. He's trying to cut it back the other way.
Oh,
Deshaun Webster, and he finds the seam. Webster cuts it up. Webster has 1 man to beat. They grab his jersey. He's still on his feet. And Webster, all the way, Webster runs out of gas and runs out of bounds. About the 16, 17-yard line.
That was a great run.
What an effort. Effort. Let's take a look at it again, Mike.
Look at him there. He gets stopped right there, and then he gets away and cuts it back, and he sees an opening and takes it.
Some players for West Virginia wisely decided not to block because they would pick up a blocking in the back. They just stood away and let Webster do the rest. And great pick up there. He's now has to be over the 100-yard mark for the game. He had 40 at halftime, and I think West Virginia taking a time out there just to give the young man a breather.
He has been a godsend to them here in the second half. He did well in the first half, Jim, but he has kept drives going constantly.
And he'd have to be considered one of the contenders for our player of the game coming up. Player of the game is presented by Community Bank, who's sponsoring tonight's ball game.
Jim, we can set the stage here. It's 8 minutes remaining in the ball game, and if West Virginia sticks this score in, that really, really puts the pressure on Ohio, big time.
Coach Burnside talking to his players. Coach Flannery on the other side, exhorting his team to get this stop here. Carson Shriver in on the game as well. He's in the backfield along with Trenton Huffman. Shriver also played quarterback at Clay Battelle. And now Shriver's dotting the I. We've got Huffman under center. with Webster, the middle back.
Got a whistle.
And Rick Marshall tells me.
It's timeout to Ohio.
Rick Marshall tells me that Coach Burnside told his players at the timeout that they need to finish this drive and they need to finish it off with points.
Absolutely, because then Ohio's going to be in a hole 2 scores.
And by points, I'm thinking he's Coach Burnside means touchdowns. And not field goals. But he would take a field goal as a necessity, but he's exhorting his players to punch this ball into the end zone, exert their authority, and dominate.
Well, yeah, even the field goal is going to make it 2 scores, Jim.
Let's go down to Rick Marshall. Rick, what do you have for us down there? I hear you laughing, Rick.
Well, Jim and Mike was kind of planning on us getting to interview Mr. Webster, but he's a little busy right now trying to run over the century mark for the game. But it's been really interesting to see what the West Virginia squad is doing here in the second half. They're really trying to control the clock, control the ball, and
here we go, Rick.
As Coach Burnside said, he's ready to go.
It's a short pass to Seth Richards. Richards trying to break it, gets across the 10, and he gets knocked down at about the 8-yard line.
Nice quick pass that time. Nice job of running with the football by Richards.
That's close to another first down. Let's go down to the Ohio side. Let's go to Evan Lasik with his report from the Ohio side. Evan.
Thank you, Jim. Now, you could see before they came out of a timeout, called another timeout immediately. A lot of frustration in that huddle as they were not getting everything together. I can only imagine how difficult it is. They've only been practicing together for a week, and that was not how the coaches wanted to burn one of their timeouts with such little time remaining in a one-possession game. But they're hoping for a big stop right here and hopefully can make that stop. Ooh, and a fumble. Ooh, that was a close one. That was a close one. We had the same reaction there, Jim, but there's a lot of excitement. This time is winding down. Ohio looking for a big stop here. That's all I got. Back to you.
Thanks, Evan. And that was a ball was on the ground, but Trenton Huffman got on it, the quarterback for Doddridge. Ball's at the 10-yard line.
Give it to the horse.
Yep. Deshaun Webster has carried the load so far tonight.
Third and 1 at the 10.
Yeah, 1 yard for the first down, third down, and it's Webster by himself in the backfield.
I'm surprised that they don't have
a little bit
I
of confusion.
formation.
5 seconds on the play clock. Huffman with the pitch out. Webster has a seal across the 5 and into the end zone. 10 yards for the touchdown by Deshaun Webster, his third touchdown of the evening, I believe, Mike.
Yes, it is.
And let's take a look at the replay. The pitch out, the nice seal by the blockers.
He ran over the tackler.
And about the 2-yard line, he just bowled over a would-be tackler into the end zone. So he hits pay dirt for the third time in this ball game. And as Rick told us earlier in this drive, Coach Burnside said we need to finish this drive off, and we need to finish it off with points. And they do just that with 6 points. And the extra point here makes it 7. Good. So at this point, it is West Virginia on top by the score of 34-19 at the 6:28 mark here in the fourth quarter. Solid drive, Mike, and I think that might be the nail in the coffin for Ohio.
We've got about 6.5 minutes left, but the odds of Ohio scoring twice is going to be tough.
Okay, let's go down to Rick Marshall from the West Virginia sideline. Rick.
In this too. This is my line.
Hey, thanks, Jim and Mike. Standing here talking with Deshaun, who's had 3 touchdowns on today's game. Well over the 100 mark for the ball game as well. Deshaun, tell me, how's this game been for you, and how blessed have you been to play?
It's been great. Not only to be in the game and get to play, but with these guys, these teammates are just phenomenal. I couldn't be any more blessed to be with such a great group of guys, and they're so lovable, and I love it. I love it here.
That's awesome. Where did you learn to run such a physical style? Because you've been finishing strong every time you've touched the ball.
Just watching old football, really. Nobody likes to hit anymore, so got to bring the pain to them, you know.
Do you have a favorite player?
No, Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders up there.
That's a pretty good one. I got to agree with you. He's one of my favorite, too. Back to you, Jim and Mike.
going old school. Barry Sanders, I like that. And what a game for Deshaun Webster as Ohio takes the kickoff, gets it across the 20, and then West Virginia's second special teams is there for the stop. Got handed these stats by Jay Bennett. Parkersburg News and Sentinel. Webster has 14 carries for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Oh,
Mike, I would say he's a leading contender for our Community Bank Player of the Game.
Absolutely.
And we'll let you know at the end of the game how that will turn out.
It was he did a nice job in that interview too. He got a nice smile, and you can tell he loves the game.
And he plays like it.
You know, if Rick's listening, Rick, try to find out where he's going to school next year.
And hopefully there is more football ahead in his future.
Deshaun Watson, 44.
And that is Panelides calling his own number. And he gets first down yardage, I believe.
PA people were asking us for help there, Jim.
I need all the help I can get, Mike.
No, they were asking us for it.
So that'll move the chains for Ohio. Coming up on the 6-minute mark of this ball game, Ohio 1st and 10. Panelides looking to throw. He's getting heat. He'll fling it over the middle. It's too tall for his intended receiver in Lolithan, and too tall. And so it'll bring up 2nd and 10, stopping the clock here at the 5:43 mark. And Rick tells us after the interview with Deshaun Webster that Deshaun is going to Kentucky Christian, and he's going to play football and run track as well for Kentucky Christian. So,
I believe that's at Grayson, Kentucky. It sits right there on I-64.
So 2nd down, Panelides.
Screen. He dropped the ball. It was low. It was thrown real low, and number 7 was trying to go downfield, and when it's thrown low like that, it's difficult for him to pick it up.
Yeah, Zayden Huck was the intended receiver. So it's a Waterford quarterback throw to a Fort Fry receiver. Incomplete. That'll bring down 3rd and 10. And it almost seems as if the wind has gone out of the Ohio sails after that last touchdown by West Virginia. Man in motion is Lolithan. Panelides with the handoff.
Nice run.
And that's close to 1st down yardage. I think he got it. I believe he did, and that is Zayden Huck for Fort Fry.
Nice run.
For Team Ohio, the Fort Fry graduate. Zayden Huck, just a great player on both sides of the football for the Fort Fry Cadets in his high school career. So they picked up the needed 1st down. It's running to the left side of the field, close to the 50-yard line. Once again, that's Zayden Huck making the play there. Pick up of
Jim,
about 6 yards on 1st down.
This has been a really well played ball game for an all-star game, and both teams had probably no more than 4 practices, and I think they've executed extremely well. Same
Handoff,
play.
yep. This time West Virginia's defense stuffs it out for about a 1-yard loss.
The way they were running that play, Jim, it looked like a zone read, and each time Panelides handed the ball off.
So 3rd down, 5 yards to go as Ohio tries to keep this drive going and get back on the board there and give them a chance for a miracle finish here. Panelides incomplete. Nicely defended there by West Virginia.
That was Braden Hilliard from R.C. Berg.
a mixture of several different schools from West Virginia representing Team West Virginia.
Well, I think West Virginia, according to my count, 19 different schools, Ohio 13 different schools.
Guys getting to play with guys that they played against their whole careers, or meet guys they haven't come across in their entire careers. That's what an all-star game format does for you. Panelides now going deep.
Oh,
has
he's
a man
open, wide open.
That is, I think, Lolithan. Yeah, Lolithan pulls it in, and he gets tripped up, and it was inside the 10-yard line.
Well, don't look now, Jim, but if they score here,
yeah,
the ball
clock is stopped.
Panelides now.
That was a 55-yard completion, and he was wide open, and he just gets tripped up and falls to about the 10-yard line, and he's going, oh, I should have had that. But a great stop, got an ankle by the defender. So Ohio has a new spark here, 1st and 10. I say they'll call 1st and goal. I see they've laid the chains down. So 1st and goal here, obviously 4-down territory. They've got 2 receivers to the left. It's a handoff. No, Panelides is going to kick it. He's got blockers. Panelides
down to
dives forward and into the just short, about the 1-yard line, about a 9-yard pickup there on
nice
1st
run.
down. He had great blocking.
That was a nice run. He made a couple of nice cuts.
Jacob Panelides trying to get his Ohio teammates in here, coming down on the 3-minute mark. They're in the huddle. Time's getting to be of the essence here, so they've got to get to the line and make a play. And it's Panelides stretching up, and let's see.
It should be a touchdown because he reached over the goal line.
They called a touchdown, so it is a touchdown. I was trying to look from the side judge. I didn't see his call, but he did. It is a touchdown, and so they'll line up. It's now 34-25. It's
they got to go for 2 and make it.
9-point game, so they do have to go for 2, which would set up a touchdown. So this is the crucial play of the game so far, coming up for Ohio.
Yeah, really, no, they wouldn't have to, Jim. They could go for 1 and make it an 8-point game.
No, they are going to go for 1.
Yeah.
Zayden Huck with the extra point attempt. Lolithan, the holder.
It's a big extra
high
point.
Snap. He gets it down, and the kick is
Looks,
up.
No good.
It is no good.
He hit the
hit the left upright, I believe.
Yes, it did.
And bounced out wide to the left.
That's huge.
So Ohio is down 9 points with the 2:56 mark.
You know what's coming now?
The onside kick. And, as I said, they've only had 4 practices. I don't know if they've got an onside kick play worked out. I'm sure that probably one practice they did that, but we shall see what they have in store.
In essence, Jim, they're still down 2 scores.
Yeah.
And that right there really killed them. If they make that extra point, they can come back with an onside kick, get it, and go down and tie the game up. But now it's virtually impossible.
We're looking down on the Ohio side, the special teams coach talking to his kids, making sure they know they're all on the same page.
You know what I'm going to do if I'm West Virginia? Mr. Webster is going to carry that ball every time.
Yeah.
And you're going to run that clock because there's 2:56 remaining here in the ball game.
Okay, here we go. Ohio, yes, Ohio kicking team is out on the field. West Virginia.
Do they have it in a...
I don't know if they got their special hand. They were back in their regular formation. They've got several players back. I would think West Virginia would bring their guys up.
They've got 6 up.
And there's the onside kick. Did it go 10 yards? It did not go 10 yards.
No,
it came
went
short.
9.
Yep, and our camera angle was right on that.
Yep.
So came up short. It'll be 1st down, West Virginia.
No, it was definitely 9-yard kick.
Larry McCloy talking to his officials, fellow officials.
Ohio thinks it went 10, but we had a good view of it. Yep.
Very well explained by Larry McCloy, and if we see the replay, if you guys can dial up the replay, you'll see they kick it at the 40, and it has to go to the 50, and it does not.
He recovered it there,
He recovered it, and then his momentum bounced him across the 50, but it was not. The ball was down as soon as he touched that ball at about the 49-yard line. So good call by the officials, and that'll be 1st and 10 for West Virginia. They've got the ball in the lead and just under 3 minutes to go. And as you say, Mike, they'll just be pounding that football with the running game. Deshaun Webster dances to the right.
Good cut.
Gets his head down, crosses the 50.
Got about two
yards on that. Maybe a long one, I guess, because it was the 49-yard line. But Ohio, I'm not sure their timeout situations. I think
they got 2 left.
They have 2 left? Okay.
I think they've got 2.
I think they're out of timeouts, Mike.
Yeah, you're right. They're out of timeouts. I thought they had 2 left.
Yeah, West
Virginia's got 2.
Yeah. So Ohio can do nothing to stop the clock except get a turnover or a passed incompletion. And West Virginia's not going to throw the ball. Webster at about the 46-yard line. Check that.
No,
that was Skylar Delk, a 6-footer, 180-pounder from Roane County. Delk had a great season himself, averaging 10 yards a carry and scoring 22 touchdowns for the Raiders. So. But the stable full of running backs for West Virginia, but the leader of the pack has definitely been Deshaun Webster. .90 seconds to go in this one.
Quarterback keeper.
And that is a young man. That is Nick Keller, the young man from Lincoln, getting the first down yardage as he shows that speed. He's 5'8". 140 pounds, and he's they call it a scat. He can just scat back. He can really run.
That did it right there.
So West Virginia has the ball. They can take a knee, and they will win their 16th game of this series, and they will break a 4-game losing streak at the hands of Ohio, and they'll get back in the win column here. It'll be the second time that Coach Burnside, coached BACF team, has won this All-Star Classic. And that is Keller taking a knee there. Under a minute to go now.
Yeah, this will be the last snap, or should be.
Oh, Coach Burnside gets a dousing. It might be chilly the way it's cooled off out there. Okay, coming up on 30 seconds to go. Once again.
This is the last snap.
Take a knee.
That's it.
And the Team West Virginia will come away victorious. 34-25, a great ball game tonight. Team West Virginia played well. Ohio played well, and of course they all played for a great cause, the battle against cystic fibrosis. And a great game, and we will be back with our post-game awards after you see this.
Quarterback keeper. That is a young man. That is Nick Keller.
And welcome back to the Battle Against Cystic Fibrosis Classics presented by Community Bank. And it's time now for our Community Bank Player of the Game. And Mike, I think we have an idea of who it's going to be. And
I don't think there's any doubt it should be Deshaun Webster.
As we see the trophy presentation down there goes to West Virginia. They get the ball for the first time. in about 5 years. We're actually breaking a 4-game losing streak. Deshaun Watson, our Webster, that is, our
Webster
player of the game for Community Bank. He had rushed for 178 yards and 3 big touchdowns. And let's go down to the sideline with Rick Marshall and our Community Bank player of the game, Deshaun Webster.
Where my dogs at? Y'all butt, right? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3, dogs.
And that's Deshaun Webster holding up the MVP, or holding up the West Virginia trophy. Rick Marshall's going to make his way into the scrum there, and we will talk to our Community Bank player of the game, Deshaun Webster.
Where's Coach? Okay. All right, guys. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Mike. Here I am standing with the player of the game, Deshaun. What's it mean to you to be named player of this game, and what's it mean to the rest of your teammates to share it with them?
It's great as a personal goal, obviously, but I couldn't have done it without my teammates, and it's a true blessing, like I said earlier, to be with these guys. They're so phenomenal, and I couldn't be any more thankful for them. So.
Oh, that's good. Let's get Coach in here with you. Yeah, Coach, I learned something during this game that you had to face this guy during the regular season last year, and it went into overtime. Is that correct?
No, it wasn't us. I think the River coach.
No, the River coach.
Phil Barr played River. Is that correct?
Yes, sir,
okay.
Yes,
yeah.
All right. I knew that.
This guy, man, he's a great athlete, and he showed that tonight. He's a state champion long jumper, going on to play college ball. Kentucky Christian?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he just had a big night for us, and he got voted one of the captains. He's a big leader on the field, quiet, but leads by example.
Coach, you broke the losing streak that West Virginia's had. What's that mean to you and the rest of the kids that are on the team this year?
Before the game started, we already won because we brought in a record amount of money for cystic fibrosis. Now, this is the icing on the cake. They worked real hard all week. Kids traveled and they were committed to practice, and in 4 days they put together a good showing tonight.
Coach, great job, Deshaun. Go celebrate with the rest of your teammates. Thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Good job. And thank you, Rick. Mike, final thoughts on the game tonight?
I think the coach said it all. The true winner tonight wasn't West Virginia, wasn't Ohio. It was cystic fibrosis research.
Very well said, Mike. That has been the Battle Against Cystic Fibrosis All-Star Football Classic for 2023. And we'd like to thank the coaches of both teams and their staffs, Coach Burnside for West Virginia and Coach Flannery for Ohio, for their help in the presentation of this game and allowing us to talk to their players during the game. We appreciate that. Thanks to Phyllis for the pregame show. The final tonight is 34-25. Also like to thank Coach Jody Moat, and he's really the head of the football game committee here, and he gets assistance from Roger Shepard in the endeavor. And also congratulations to Julia Maloney, the president of the BACF committee, for a great job in the work that their committee has done in raising money to fight cystic fibrosis. They've raised over $600,000 over the years. Also like to thank Mike Hayden here again in the booth. Looking forward to working you again this fall. I'd like to thank our sideline reporters, Rick Marshall, and also along the sideline, Evan Lasik. Our directors tonight have been Larry White and Austin Ide. Jacob Wright took on camera. We'd like to thank the master control guys back in the studio for their great work. And once again, the final score for the final time, West Virginia wins 34-25. For Jim Wharton, this is Jim Wharton for Mike Hayden. Have a great weekend, everybody, and see you next time.